Welcome back to part number 25 of my Imperator Rome playthrough as Rome. This is an overdub, about 7 minutes or thereabouts. We went east as quickly as possible, essentially, to Temple of Artemis for stability, Mausoleum in Halicarnassus for wrong culture, group happiness. We conquered, we came back here, and we're engaged in a blitz of wars, one right after the next, triggering various tribes. I think it's about 8 years in or thereabouts since we got back and started warring in Iberia proper, and most of them are gone. It's about a decade, as per my recollection. You can essentially do away with all these tribes very quickly, so that's one of the reasons why I left them for last. The other reason would be that they buy a lot of my trade goods from the east and can support quite a commercial income. So I use the commercial income to build buildings I wouldn't otherwise be able to create during my eastern conquests, theaters and temples in all of the cities. They're converting and assimilating at a reasonable pace. This war is in the Gallic area it's just something that has to be done. There's no question as to the outcome. There's a lot of very potent legions. We have 17 mil strength, or mil tech. I've seen 4 about for the tribes. This is integrating, I believe, 669, so that's the roadblock. We're going to declare a series of wars. I think there's one going on in Gaufonia presently. I was thinking on trying to close out some of these missions, which I do. I haven't touched them in about 75 years or thereabouts. There's a couple of assimilation activities that can happen with this one. Mostly uneventful relative to the size or girth of Rome presently. I finally conclude after 2 of them. I think I did the Eastern Glory and the Africa one, Conquest of Africa, and the rest are, they want you to build a library here, some sort of other whatnot here, pay some sort of funding to get some sort of meaningless bonus at this point. So if you were early in the game, they're very important. I used them then, but I just ignored them once I got large enough at other things to concentrate on, clearly. Such as that. I'm closing out this world conquest. We're going to swing up to Scandia after disbanding our levies and trigger that war as well. Stability, we've been getting a few events. It's holding about 30. Luonia and company up there will trigger. We're going to trigger Daemonia as well once we pick up these merc groups that I've been conquering England with, or the British Isles. I was going to swing that guy down to Bohemia. He's not going to make it. The Bastarnae claim is going to hit, and he's going to engage Bastarnae and his southern ally there. This guy is going to build some roads just because. I don't think he'll complete it. There's just the timeliness of it. He might get there to make a difference or something, but he won't, though. The wars will be long since over, and the legions will either disband or just go home at that point. Now, Bohemia is allied with Seminonia. Seminonia has our prisoner abroad that I think they captured from our vassal, which integrated and became our problem. It's just a 0.02 stability tick down. It's no big deal. Been moving some pops into cities. Not a lot of that. There's not enough money available relative to the amount of territory we've just conquered. So a lot of these guys are just sort of sitting out in the fields as I found them. We'll take the stability there. Boom. 35 again. So these guys are going to head up to Scandia. on the boat across the strait. There's a low supply limit. I was sort of surprised that they're able to stay in the food as well as they are. I was theorizing that it's due to the pace of conquests. Normally, I don't take all the siege technologies or don't have the siege wonder when I used to play this game regularly. And I think it would take considerably longer to down the various forts. But this playthrough, it does not seem to be bothering those pretty large stacks at all. Let's do it, let's do it. Dumonia, we can peace out now. I think the claims, there's some claims in Scotland that just hit. And then Ivernia, I think it's 4 or 5 years out still before the truce ends. You get those guys on a boat, and some of them over to the mainland, and some of them over to Scotland. There are too many of them to send to Scotland. It'll be severe overkill. We're going to declare on Bastarnia and Antorugia pretty much right now, once the claim hits. Take the 3,800 gold, another 3,800 gold, and it looks like we were at war with this Burgundia over in the steppe, but I didn't know. I'm gonna take the 54 political influence for the 10 corruption. Let's see, we have the edifice of Tibur that can be improved. Our siege traditions, let's see what can happen there. There's really not a point at this juncture. I'm just going to leave it be. Use the PI to file some claims about town here. Let's see if we can get one going there. We'll get one here as well. Here as well. Here. Here. And over in Burgundia. Burgundia, do we have one here? We don't. We do. We do. We don't. We don't. How about you? We don't either. Let's file it here. Let's declare this war here. That's his ally. I'll take the stability tick and go into the negative, mostly because I don't want to lose their favor. Peace. Let's declare this war and trigger Volantia again. Martial advance just hit. We have 2 available. I'll take the 6 stability against better judgment. We have her running around mad. She's loyalty challenged, and there's no way to bribe her as we don't have the PI to do it. Be all that as... what is that? Apparently we're at war with Hurrilia as well. And who knew? Who knew, really? We can peace out with the primaries. I don't remember Hurulea being allied, or they must have joined afterward, whatever the case. We're going to get out of this war. And thank you. Alright, the active war sequences for this game are essentially over. I'm going to disband all of my mercs after this war closes here. Just sort of have my legions mull about. We're going to mop this up as the truces and or claims become available, but there's no rush for really any of it. And probably have to bring some Romans up from wherever, probably Italy here, to colonize this territory here to gain some adjacencies to Bohemia here if we want to totally knock him out. And then there's Dania off and wherever I need to colonize to there. And all that will happen. As to when it does, we'll find out. Looks like he'll not do it. He will do it though. We are finally at peace. So we have no wars. Our aggressive expansion is ticking down at a fair clip. Our stability is decent. I'm just gonna hunker down and move some pops about. I don't think I really even need to do any of that really. Probably loyal enough. Okay, so we do have those two ticks, two inventions. The tyranny's irrelevant, but this will get us a +2 diplomatic rep, which should increase our annexation time. Here we can get one more, and then if we go there we get 3 more here, and a bit of loyalty if we have the innovations available. What's the annexation time here now? Well, there doesn't seem to be much actionable here. I took a look at the board, moved some pops about. I noticed there still is some loyalty issues here. They're bleeding not exactly hard, but they are trending down. So I moved some of them about, consolidated them in barracks and whatnot. But more to the point here in the late game, I just don't want an implosion. A nice smooth world conquest. There's nothing going on here. There's a lot of claims in works, but nothing really can be done right now. We have a high AE. Why not take advantage of it? And pop over here. I think I'd take a look at this. I disbanded all of my mercs, and we have a fairly substantial force there already, really. So why not hire some mercs and engage these guys? There's not really all that much of it. Couple of provenances here and there, 4 fat merc stacks should get the job done. Boom, another 3,800 gold. Have some large mercenaries in the house here. We're going to declare this war right here. This provenance. This is ugly as usual lately. Sieged down this, or assaulted this fort. This area doesn't seem to be anyone there. I suppose we could call up some levies as well if needed. I assaulted this fort. This guy's on his way down here. We met this first army of something or other, and it's over for him already. Boom! A breakthrough here. Let's see what we have. Diplomatic rep +1. I'll take it. Let's see what that did to the annexation time. Not much. 99 war score and a new award for the Legio of Cisalpine Gaul. Let's see if we can peace out here equitably. Hopefully we'll be able to take all of it. We are. Boom! I think we can do much the same to what's left of Moria, the Prachian Empire. I think they're allied here. Let's do that as well. I move these bruisers, these mercs, essentially, and our proper legions up towards what's left of Moria. And we're going to declare war right now. That should do it. I'm going to just disband this Merc unit here. This one as well. And get something a little closer to the action here. So we took this. I'm force marching some of the Mercs, 2 of them, and our proper legions up here to this area. This is this province is starving because it has no food. It's extremely disloyal. It has a risk of revolting. If we take Kucha here, I believe we have a claim. We can open up that and perhaps move the pops out. The problem being that it's so disloyal now you can't move pops to and from. But whatever the case, if it revolts, whatever really. So let's see if we have a claim here. We do. How about you? We don't. But we can trigger him by that. So if we call up 2 Mercs, we should be good to go. Looks like this wonder is actually built and we don't have to do much of anything. I suppose we could upgrade it if we wanted to. Let's see if we could go for level 2 tax and commerce, but really we have plenty of money. Now wait a minute here. How do we upgrade with only 15 PI? That's what I want to know. Level 2 tax and commerce. Let's see. It says I tried to upgrade it, and it said that it was used by another. We'll cancel construction, and then maybe I can upgrade that other one. There's others available, but I haven't unlocked them with my innovations, so I don't see any reason why not to upgrade to tax and commerce level 2. Leah here has gone mad. I was going to colonize some of this territory here, but I just, as a player, I didn't have the oomph to bring these various Roman pops up there and make the move. I'm going to annex it the old-fashioned way with the console. It's not as though it couldn't be done. I'll charge myself some gold or something. I just don't want to deal with it. I colonized various territories, charge myself 1,000 gold. I'm probably overpaid. Oh well. Alright, let's get these guys off the books here while the getting's good. We just hit an oratory advance and we can proceed. I think the next one is no, look at that. Another +3 diplomatic reputation. Yeah, it's coming down. More to the point, it's not going up. Oftentimes the population increase will drive it. I think one pop is per tick is what you're driving at. Like a 0.5, I think, for diplomatic reputation, or 0.05 gets you 0.05 of a pop every month. I think that's how it works. Let's peace out. I'm going to declare war here before anything strange happens. It rarely does this late in the game, but who knows, really. Let's get this guy rolling down here. It'll probably be unnecessary, but who knows, really. And we can declare here as well. Let's roll up here. Look at that, a revolt just happened to pop up while I was sieging this lot here. I don't think I'll be able to access this troubled province again to avert the revolt. We'll take the 6 stability. Oddly enough, we're at war with these guys. If they peace out with one another, unfortunately for me, they could perhaps end the entire war. That's what happened the last time I was up here, or we would have already dealt with all that. We'll see what happens. Peace. Peace. And last but not least, we've done it. We beat the reunification there, and now I think it's so disloyal that there's nothing really that can be done. Well, let's get these guys here. I'm in position. Arcania. It would seem as though this area is coming back around. The food crisis is averted just ever so slightly. If you can believe it, it may not revolt, and that won't ruin my perfect game without relative to revolts. Let's see. We're moving over towards Alvernia. I believe the truce is over. Uh-oh. Civil War. We need to beat that. I'm ready to declare here. Let's do it. This it's an overwhelming force against a relatively small nation. It's all over. Let's declare on Markomania. Boom. What's that? Boom. Let's declare another war. These guys right here have a breakthrough here. Looks like we can get another diplomatic rep. I'll take it. One here. Boom. 3 more diplomatic reputation and some PI as well. Let's declare this war immediately. Boom. Another. Let's do it. Peace and out. And another one down. I'm going to change to the domineering stance so we can annex our subject faster. Let's take Bohemia. Boom! 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 Now all we need is to integrate Phanagoria at 663. What are the loyalties before the stability gets too terribly high? Yeah, they're pretty good. Most of them are going up. And most of them are quite high, really. Yep. Okay, what does it look like at present? Let's see what it looks like. Hellenic throughout, really. Quite a bit of Hellenism there. Romanism. Sporadic, well, predominantly. And then sporadically here. We'll see what it looks like in 10 years. There it is, my last vassal just integrated Phanagoria right through here. Let's take a look at the various sorts and whatnot. I was building mega cities while the loyalties were still somewhat challenged, or larger cities. And the loyalties have come up because the stability is higher, so I ceased my activities. But some of them got really quite large. In fact, a lot of them got quite large. I just kept building the aqueducts more and more and more. And then moving the pops from the disloyal provinces into the very large cities. located throughout Gaul. Had some fun with it. The loyalty game, I very much enjoy it. I didn't even have a provincial revolt this entire campaign. And there it is. I'll take another lens here, the cultural lens. Quite a bit of Romanism made it out here. Here, there's quite a bit there. Even some up here. Let's take a look here at the Hellenic. A lot of it about. Let's see, we have the population. There's not a lot of overpopulation. I think that's about the size of it. Most of the barbs are gone except just a few up here. And then there's these tribes wandering about wherever exactly they are, the couple of them. I suppose I could lose 50 stability and go and attack that guy, but as long as he doesn't settle down, then why should I bother with him? They've been sitting there for a very long time. That is going to do it. It's been a fun campaign for me. I hope you can say the same.